Fractions. How to simplify or reduce. What are they? Represent equal parts of a whole or a collection. Why? Helps in baking so that you can find the correct amount of an ingredient. Interesting fact. Horses have bigger eyes than any other mammal that lives on land. Now let's take a look on the steps to be able to reduce and simplify a fraction. Step 1, find the factors of the numerator and denominator. Step 2, find the greatest common factor, the GCF. And step 3, divide the numerator and denominator by the GCF. Let's go ahead and read the question before we get started, making sure we know what we're doing. Simplify the fractions to the simplest form. So we know that we need to simplify. So let's go ahead and do step 1, find the factors of 5. And then the easiest one is always to do 1 and itself. In this case, that would be 1 and 5. And there's nothing else because 5 is prime. Now let's take a look at factors of 15. And once again, the easiest ones to start are 1 and the number itself, which is 15. And you want to leave a space in between because more often than not, there will be factors in the middle. And in this case, they are 3 and 5 because 3 times 5 is 15. Now, since we have found all the factors of both numbers, 5 and 15, now we have to find the biggest one that they have in common. And in this case, it is 5, so the GCF is 5. Now, we have to divide the numerator and denominator by the GCF. So we do 5 divided by 5, which is 1, and 15 divided by 5, which is 3. So my answer in this particular case is 1/3 after simplifying 5 over 15. Now let's take a look at example 2. We have 8 over 12. So we're going to find the factors of 8. We're going to do the first one, which is 1 and 8. And then we're going to find the ones in between, in this case, which are 2 and 4, because 2 times 4 is 8. Now let's go ahead and find the factors of 12. Once again, let's start off with the easy ones, 1 and 12. Leave a gap in between, and let's find the 2 and 6. Okay, so and then let's go with the 3 and the 4, because 3 times 4 is 12. Now, we look at the factors of 8 and 12, and we need to find the biggest one that they share. In this case, it is 4. So now we can go ahead and divide 8 by 4, which gives us 2. Divide 12 by 4, which gives us 3. So 8/12 is reduced to 2/3. Now you may be wondering, what happens if I don't do the GCF and I can't find it? Well, that's okay. You can still do it another way by just using a factor that they share, and it just takes maybe an extra step or two, and you'll see. So first things first, what happens if we divide by 2, since 8 and 12 are both even? Well, 8 divided by 2 is 4, and then now we do 12 divided by 2, which is 6. And as you can see, 4 and 6 are both even, so therefore we need to divide by 2 again. And if we do that, 4 divided by 2 is 2, and 6 divided by 2 is 3. So if you can't find the GCF, it's not a big deal. Just divide by a factor and keep going. Now let's take a look at example 3. Let's read the question. Simplify the fractions to the simplest form. So great, same question. Now let's go ahead and find the factors of 18. Let's go ahead and do the first one, 1 and 18. Now when you do the next one, usually you want to do the next number. So 1, and if you do the next one, which would be 2, and 2 is a factor of 18, so 2 times 9 gives me 18. Now let's check the next number up, which is 3, and then you're going to have a factor of 6 as well, because 18 divided by 3 is 6. So 3 times 6 is 18. Now let's take a look at the factors of 45. Easiest ones to start, 1 and 45. Now the next number up should be 2. But 2 is not a factor, but 3 is. Okay, because 3 times 15 is 45. Now let's do the next number up, 4. Not a factor, but 5 is. Okay, 5 times 9 is 45. And now we found all the factors of 18 and 45. And now we can go ahead and highlight the biggest one, which is 9. So now we're going to go ahead and divide 18 divided by 9, which gives us 2. And now we divide 45 divided by 9, which gives us 5. So 18 over 45 is reduced to, or simplified to, 2 over 5. Now, once again, if you can't find the GCF, you can always divide by something that is smaller and work your way there. So let's take a look at on that process if you don't see the GCF. So 18 and 45 are both divisible by 3. So we do 18 divided by 3, which is 6, and 45 divided by 3, which is 15. Now 6 over 15, they both share a factor of 3. So we need to continue, and 6 divided by 3 is 2, and 15 divided by 3 is 5. So once again, 18 over 45 can be simplified to 2 over 5. Now let's take a look at example 4. We have simplifying the fractions to the simplest form. So great, same question. Now we need to find the factors of 10. Once again, let's do 1 and 10 to start off with. The next number up is 2. So let's go ahead and do that. And 2 times 5 is 15. And now let's go ahead and find the factors of 30. Let's do the easiest one, 1 and 30. To go to the next number up, which is 2, which is a factor of 30 because 2 times 15 is 30. Next number up is 3. That's a factor because 3 times 10 is 30. Next number up is 4. That doesn't work, but 5 does because 5 times 6 is 30. Now we found all the factors of 10 and 30, and now we can find the GCF, which in this case is 10. Okay, so now we divide 10 divided by 10, which is 1, 30 divided by 10, which is 3, and my final answer is 1/3. So 10 over 30 is simplified to 1 over 3. Now you may be wondering what happens if I don't find the GCF. Well, that's okay. Same issues as before. Well, you both know that, that it is an even number, so we can divide by 2, and 10 divided by 2 is 5. And now we can divide 30 divided by 2, which is 15. And then we can see that 5 and 15 have factors of 5. And so now we can go ahead and divide by 5, which gives me 1, because 5 divided by 5 is 1, and 15 divided by 5, which is 3. So once again, 10 over 30 is simplified to 1 over 3. So it doesn't matter which way you do it, it's just one will have less steps. Now let's take a look at these questions for you to do. It is now your turn. So go ahead and pause the video. I will give you 3 seconds before I show you the answers. And 3, 2, and 1. Here are the answers. If you got them correct, well done. If you didn't, there's always tomorrow.